Just look at all those delectable rocks sprinkled on those mountains. Mighty tasty. Yeah! All right. So what was I saying?
Boy, we're on in the mud here. Still reading from the Secret History of Dragons. This is video part 4. Hope everybody ate their gravel today. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you're from in the world. Hope you enjoy today's reading. Today we are on page 36. We're reading on powers and maybe speech. Just get rolling into it. The most important power that a dragon possesses is his ability to breathe fire. A well-trained dragon can reduce entire villages to ash with one fatal breath. Specialists who have observed dragon behavior at close quarters claim to have recorded flame emissions from up to 200 meters long, reaching temperatures of over 1,000 Celsius, almost as hot as a volcano. How on earth can they do it? Of course, that is a great and most marvelous mystery. There are various theories which have been proposed by professors in the field. The most widely held theory lies in the simple chemistry. You see, dragons have 2 stomachs. Okay. The first stomach breaks their food down in the ordinary way. The second stomach breaks it down even further to produce a byproduct of hydrogen. This gas is stored in special glands and released into the dragon's lungs, where it mixes with other chemicals to form a deadly compound which ignites when it mixes with oxygen in the air. A more daring suggestion is that dragons eat phosphorus rocks. This breaks down in their stomachs to release a gas which is flammable on contact with air. However, no one yet has been bold enough to verify the accuracy of the theory in laboratory trials. I don't think I'd have the stones either. Fire-breathing dragons are the most well-known, but not all dragons rarely rely on this particular display. In order to determine their opponents. In fact, some are quite the opposite. There are dragons in Asia with freezing cold breath that can turn assailants into ice within seconds. And there are dragons living in the mountains of Norway who breathe can't talk again. There are other dragons that live in Norway who breathe a deadly mist of acid which can dissolve an enemy instantly. Nice! Dragons have the same 5 senses that we have: sight, hearing, taste, smell, and touch. Only theirs are as much more than 100 times more powerful than ours. Imagine being able to hear your dad, singing 100 miles. I don't want to hear him sleeping and snoring. My dad singing 100 miles or more loudly, or smell your brother's feet. Oh, goodness gracious, no. 100 times more strongly. No, not the torture. Aren't you glad you're not a dragon? Their eyesight are particularly powerful, enable them to detect the whereabouts of precious gems at distances of up to 6,000 feet. I wouldn't mind having that. An interesting note on dragons is their obsession with gems. It is thought that the hoarding instinct displayed by many wyvern dragons is a behavior habit. Dragons have a soft spot in their bellies, the only unprotected part of their body, and therefore open to attack. When dragons lie on their piles of glistening gemstones, a few stones stick to this soft spot and thus provide armor against attack. It is though that the dragons who develop this habit of lying on their pile of treasure to guard it are more likely to survive. So the hoarding instinct is common to dragons as one of his developed over centuries as part of the evolving process known as the survival of the fittest. In addition to these regular five senses shared with many other creatures, dragons have a sixth sense, which is which is unique to them, and that is the ability to read emotions. They can tell instantly what a person is thinking or feeling as soon as they approach them. I wonder if that also goes with light detection. Thus they can tell friend from foe before they even seen the expression on the face. Dragon scales have long been used as an ancient art of wind making. The scales are shaved off the dragon, glow with the same luminary as star light. However, only a high-trained specialist would attempt with such a hazardous process. For one thing, dragon scales are contact with them burns the skin, so the appropriate gloves and tongs have to be deployed. Different colored dragons have different wand making uses depending on the natural capabilities of their scales. The scales of a black dragon, for example, are particularly acidic. This makes them the ideal for banishing and protecting, as well as for opening closed doors. The scales of the red dragon, on the other hand, are warmer and noted for their healing properties. Green dragon scales promote growth. Whatever the requirement, dragon scales render a wand completely indestructible. Speech. Speech is a power that is mastered only by the very few dragons, and those who have mastered it use it very rarely. Their alphabet in runic form, but for the purpose of pronunciation, the words are given here in translation matching our own speech. Dragon language is much like Indigo Saxon or Old English. It uses root words which form the basis of many other words. For example, the word of magic is Gora, Gora, Gora. And this is in turn the root for many other words such as Aganar, meaning natural magic. I am not getting into some of these because I be baba dooba deeba dabbas. One is natural magic, meaning law magic, and this here means magic weaver. As I said, I'm not pronouncing those. Sorry, kids. I'm not a strong reader, or not a good one. Dragon language is also similar to Old English, and it is used of compound words. These words make up of other words stuck together. Like take a common example of the word for spider. Spider. Arachnophobia is the phobia of spiders. Arachnia is spider, but this is something else. Yeah, you pronounce it, you can keep it. KlarglagshagT. Good luck having it. Try saying that. That's almost as bad as supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, and yes, I can say it. Which sounds very complicated for a simple spider. But this word simply means one who weaves a web with its legs. Clarg means web. Means to weave, and sang means leg. Good grief, Charlie Brown. Dragons only speak when there is something extremely important to say. Duck. Oy. They will never waste words, as you might imagine. They speak very slowly, giving considerable thought to what they are about to say. It has further been asserted that dragons can write. The only creatures other than humans to possess skills. Fragments of what is thought to be dragon literature have been found in Wales, England, Canada, and Australia, and constant largely of puzzles and conundrums. Okay, still got time. I was just checking. It is, however, difficult and very whether these fragments were in fact written by dragons rather than by Anglo-Saxon humans. Below, and I can't show you, you will find some vocabulary from the dragon language. I don't see anything below, but yeah, ain't helping me any. It's not below. It's on the next page. Why not try and construct some of your own dragon-style compound words to describe everyday objects or phenomena, like the moon or a shoe. Alternatively, could compound a secret message to the whole dragon community. So they have a small, like a library language dictionary. And I am not reading the dictionary. will find listed below the word for dragon in various different languages. Greek, Drinko. Dutch, Drake, D-R-A-A-K. Hawaiian can pronounce Hungarian, Sharking. Icelandic can't. Indonesia is Naga, N-A-G-A. Italian is Draco. English, Dragon! Run! This might be useful information if you happen to be hunting dragons abroad and need the right word for the right people, language, about the whereabouts, or even if you feel inclined to call out them by their own language. Species of dragons. Species? I thought we went over that. We will now look at some more well-known species of dragons. They are roughly divided into good dragons and bad dragons. Dragons you wouldn't like to meet in the dark night. Asps. A-S-P-I-S. Asps. I thought that meant something else. Snake. Isn't that also a word for snake? Anyways, the asp is that's why. The asp is a serpent-like dragon, so poisonous that even touching the skin of a dead one would be instantly fatal. Oh goody. A way of avoiding attack is to sing or play music, as this can tame or at least distract them. The asp will, however, try to ward off the music by laying an ear to the ground and plugging its ear with its tail. If it does not hear, it cannot be affected. Okay. Yep, there's Rudania. Alright, kiddies, that was video 4. Hope you enjoyed it, and my bad reading. Rudania is telling me I only have a couple minutes left. So, without further ado, it is time for me to roll out. Hope everyone enjoyed the reading, and please come back again. Bring friends with you. You can find me on YouTube and Facebook. And that's Mud is in 2 Ds, not 1 D. So I hope everyone enjoyed themselves. Please stay to the end. The guys will be rolling around and playing. I will try to get out another reading next weekend. I'm trying to do this on the weekends or when the husband is out and about, so that the house is quiet, because for some reason the dogs like to bark at him. So the house is quiet, the husband's out. This is when I do my readings. Again, I hope everyone had the gravel and enjoyed the readings. Please stay to the end. Ron in the Mud signing out. Maybe.